Hi, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead. And we got some new neighbors, and I don't think we're going to get along at all. Okay, so we got a new neighbor, or really we got two new neighbors today, and we're not going to get along. Well, I might get along with one of them, but I know for a fact I'm not going to get along with the other one. Just completely messed up everything. All right, so who are my new neighbors? Well, my new neighbors are a beaver and an otter. The beaver's been here a while and has been going undetected for a little bit. I'm okay with the beaver being here. I do believe that the beaver and I can work together to form a cohesive relationship. Is probably the best way to put it. See, around my pond, the one bottom end has a break in it. And so my thought is Mr. Beaver could fix that break for me and we can get along just fine. He can live here. He can clear out all of these trees and stuff here that I kind of want gone anyway. And when his population gets too large in my pond, I'll thin a couple of them out. But for the most part, him and I can get along. And we can get along just fine. Now, the otter, on the other hand, not so much. And here's why. In my area, we are overpopulated with otters. So otters are already fighting and struggling to find enough food sources. So we have a population boom of otters in our area. This is one of the things I always talk about, is the reason why hunting and trapping is necessary. An otter can take a pond my size and in less than 2 weeks make it barren, no fish. And as you guys know, I've been talking about how overpopulated with catfish I am. And Patrick from the Breakaway Homestead can verify, because when he came down in October, I showed him how if I just close my office door, I'm sneaking out here hoping to get a B-roll shot of him for you. I just closed my office door and a lot of the catfish would jump. So that's a pretty high population if catfish are jumping. It doesn't do that anymore. So he's probably been robbing my pond for a good bit now. I know I still got plenty of fish because I do see them. And when we finally placed eyes on him this morning, I saw him through the scope of my rifle eating a fish. Now, be the first to admit, I took a shot. My scope must have gotten bumped hundreds of times going up and down the deer stand or something. I shot way low. And so I've got to re-sight that rifle in. And I know I missed him because he went under the water and we waited for a little while and Ladessa saw him again and he went up over the dam just about where I'm standing right now and into this pond over here. Now, there's probably not a lot of fish in this pond right here because during the summertime, this pond pretty much goes almost dry. You can walk the whole thing through. But because of the tremendous amount of rain that we had, there may be some fish in there now due to just the flood waters bringing them and flowing them. Just like some of our fish probably went to the pond down there, and on and on and on. So what am I going to do about it? Well, the first thing that we have to do is play round up old duck. We have to round up all of my Muscovy ducks and the goose that we have here on the homestead that we have free ranging. Hold on, I gotta climb up over this. I'm too. Woo, fat man climbing over log. Very entertaining. Okay, so that's the first thing that we gotta do. And the second thing I gotta do is make sure that I set my traps specific for the otter and not the beaver. So how do I go about doing that? Well, that's going to be another video. But right now, I just wanted to do a real quick vlog to let you know. I'm going to take you over here where we saw him this morning. I'm hoping to find some otter scat to show you real quick in this vlog. If not, probably have someone, I'll probably have some in the next video. But right here, let me flip this around. Right here is where he was at this morning, chewing on some fish. Okay, right in here. Does not make me very happy. Now, besides completely gutting my pond of fish, what is he capable of doing? Well, after an otter is a predator. Make no mistake about it. I know a lot of y'all probably only see the otters when you go to like the Georgia Aquarium or to the zoo or someplace like that, and you see how playful and funny and cute. And look, that's all true. But they are a vicious predator. They're part of the weasel family. So they're there with the weasels, in the same family as the weasels, the wolverines, all those guys. So they are a vicious predator. So a pond my size, in less than 2 weeks, it won't have any fish in it if I don't get this guy under control. Not only then he'll start going after my ducks, my geese, possibly even my chickens, because they're not that far away from the water. So we have to take and get him under control. In my state, I can't relocate him. I got to euthanize him. So that's what we're going to do. What am I going to do with him once I catch him? Well, I'm going to skin him out and save his fur. And then I will feed his body to my black soldier flies. I cannot feed him to Apollo because he is a carnivore. And you're not supposed to, when you're feeding dogs the raw meat diet, you're not supposed to feed them other meat eaters. I'm still learning about this. But from my understanding, it's because of parasites and stuff like that. But I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how I know that I know that I know that I know that I have a beaver. Okay, you see all of those sticks in the water right in here that are trimmed. There is no... Let me see if I can step out here and not drown. There's no bark on it. Okay. Alright, you see how there was no bark on any of those sticks and twigs and branches or anything? And then there were still some stuck out there that still had the leaves, a lot of the privet and stuff that still had the leaves and stuff on it. These are called feeder sticks. Alright? A beaver is a vegetarian. So he's going to strip back the bark, and then he's going to eat that layer of, it begins with a C. Anyway, it's got a fancy name for it, for the inside layer of the bark. Right after you peel the bark off, that inside layer begins with a C. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, because it'll make me look stupid. But that's what they do. Now, if you stumble across these and you find a long one, pick it up, grab it. They make great walking sticks. Okay? So, The rears have some new neighbors. One, they're kind of happy about because they're going to work together with him. The other one, not so much. So stay tuned for follow-up videos on how we show you guys how we're going to take care of this otter problem. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.